Hello. I realize now that when things get hairy, I need to focus. Focus, focus, focus. I could have jumped back into that portal. A lot of stuff I could have done before getting Enderman. Or just watch where I'm looking, right? So what I realize is, when I'm doing stuff that's definitely low risk, I can just do whatever, but when things get hairy like that, instead of going all in and just YOLO, I have to just pause, maybe cry box, I don't know, and consider options. Especially in this, because, in vanilla or other games or whatever, you can make a mistake and it's no big deal. But in Better Than Wolves, that's it. Decision like that and it's over. So while I'm doing boring stuff, I can't think of a good reason to record it. So what I can talk about, though, is I could just talk about other stuff I've been playing, just to fill up the time. So I have been trying the Oxygen Not Included recently. That's been pretty good. A lot of interesting systems. When it first was released, I guess I didn't really take into account how early access it was. But when it was released, there just didn't seem to be a lot of features or a lot to it, and it was pretty easy. And a few updates came out, this, that, and the other thing, and it was okay, but still pretty uninvolved. Well, the recent ones with the jobs update, now that has been interesting. That has brought a lot of features to the game. And I don't think it had much to do with jobs, because you could allocate what roles people had, much like in a RimWorld type setting, where you can say, okay, hey, this is your profession, that, and they have their traits for the particular ones. But I feel like they must have made changes to the way the germs spread and the addition of rooms and the food and everything else. It feels more concrete. It feels like you're in a rush or pursuing something instead of just kind of being out there and easy to complete. Because even when you reach that kind of balanced level, you're still on borrowed time, because you can use, if you haven't played the game before, it's like a 2D platformer type game, colony management, where you're given the orders to your they call them dupes. You're like doing it's supposed to be like an asteroid that you've landed on. I think that's just a shtick, because it could be anything. You could call it dwarves or digging underground. The space theme's just a theme, but so you're managing this colony. It's kind of like an ants what do they call ant farm type perspective, and you have them mine and dig and build machinery. And the addition to it that makes it really good, beyond a Terraria or something like that, or a Starbound, is that they can put down electrical piping and fluid piping and gas piping, and there's a fluid and atmospheric system to the game with temperature and everything else as well. So it's really interesting in that aspect. So I've been playing that recently, and that's been a lot of fun. Alright, let's grab a little bit of this. I typically don't like the ones like that where you can just play it on full speed. I like a more relaxed game where you kind of you can play out each turn and there's something to see or something to look at, but it doesn't seem to be like that. It seems to be, you just play it on breakneck speed and pause every time you need to issue orders, or if there's something you want to watch in slow-mo. Go ahead and do it right here. So after the hardcore spawn with the Enderman, I think I have fallen victim to the new spawning system. So, reading the forums, I could be quite a ways out. Really, really, really far out. do another X. So my only option is to play it just like normal, but with the knowledge that I'm definitely going to have to secure some redstone in that, because I'd like to get back to that other base, because at least I had that one area was pretty much tapped out, but I had a good amount of iron for a cauldron and everything. And I can get to that other mine where I found the few diamonds pretty easily, and since I was lucky with those few, there should be some more. And I did have the hemp down too. Nothing done really that can't be reproduced pretty easily. But just having that foothold. And as I started to do before, head out, and then I hit that that lake or river, whatever, going to 0-0. The idea would be to head out and make every night stop and then dig in and build a pillar for visibility, and then point in the direction of the pillar, or point towards 0-0, then you'll know the direction that you came from. If there's more infrastructure, that you just head back that way and you're good to go. I think that's what I'll do. Let's see, what else have I been playing? I played a lot of, oh great, of World of Tanks Blitz. And if you've never played one of those tanking type games before, any of that kind of stuff, it's you have the one on PC. It's been around since like 2013 or something like that, and you're kind of stuck in this little arena, and you have to drive around. It's like a first-person shooter, but with vehicles, right? And this one's specifically for mobile, but I play it on a was playing on an iPad and that kind of stuff. But you can also play it on PC. Oh, come here. There you go. Want that investment back. That tends to be a lot of fun, but you get those team games. Oh boy, with that one and oh no, I killed the axe. Oh, stupid me. Stupid me. What do I have to do here? Didn't think about that. But with those team games, I mean, you get a bad team and it's just painful. Just painful to have to play with them. This is a bummer. I should have paid better attention to this for sure. How many more pieces do I have to do that for? Oh, I can do it for one more and I'll be good to go. But I do enjoy that World of Tanks Blitz, just for a few. You know, once you have your couple good runs, you just better leave, because it's only going to get worse after that. But for the few times when you have good teams, it's really, really enjoyable. And I tried the regular World of Tanks, but it doesn't feel the same. It's weird. The iOS version, you know, probably because it was made years later, feels a lot more meaty. Feels a lot more responsive and enjoyable. And then War Thunder, I played it for the aircraft, but they have tanks in it as well. But completely different scheme there too, because it's more sim based. It feels that way anyway, so feels realistic, and you can get one shot just very, very easily in that game. 2, 3. But played those a little bit. I'm waiting for this Kerbal Space Program. They got bought out by, gosh, I don't know. Was it Take-Two? I don't know. I don't know the studio, and everyone was in shock or blown away, because I guess they're known for doing microtransactions and that kind of stuff, and you know, with all the mods, you know, that make KSP what it is, because it's a great game in its own right, Kerbal Space Program, but with the mods and all the options there are there to customize your experience, just makes it, you know, that much more of a game. Kind of can't wait for, because they're going to update the terms of service on the 6th for Kerbal Space Program. And then on the 17th, I think they're going to have an update. I don't think it's going to be much, though. I think it's just a update to the, I think they're adding just a few parts and doing a change to the mission system. so that you can do custom missions and that kind of stuff. And that's all right. You know, something a little bit interesting. I would much prefer, though, you know, the next generation of it. Because while you can mod out Kerbal Space Program and do all these realistic things to it, realistic solar systems and that, much like with everything that's a modded game, it's not built for that experience. So you really take a performance hit. So I'd love having a tailored experience for a realistic, more realistic Kerbal Space Program, but with a, you know, tailored for engine. I'll dig down. That's what I'd really like, though, because I've tried just about all the mods, and you can get them so it's purely challenge of flight and not so grindy at all. It's all how well you can, you know, build it, and you can. There's really a test. Really feels like a testing phase. You know, everything you do. And Flower Child had made a. Oh hi, you're running away from somebody, buddy. Had made a mod, or has a mod still, a Better Than Starting Man, and that was pretty enjoyable. Really difficult though, because with Minecraft and the crafting system, you can kind of add parts to it and gate the progress in a way that, you know, I think it makes it easier to predict what people have to do to get to an end goal. But with a game like Kerbal Space Program, there's just so many avenues for progression that it makes it a lot more difficult to restrict people to this is, you know, the way you're gonna progress in this game. Yeah, but I love that. I can't wait. Hopefully they have something else, because I know they're adding Apollo parts or something like that for Kerbal Space Program, and that'll be good to go. I think all the talk everyone's always had of, you know, the next Minecraft and all that kind of stuff is a misnomer. Uh-oh. Are we getting close here? I think we are. Maybe I need to make a decision. Need to make a decision on what to do. Here and here. Okay. That's okay. That'll get us through the night. I think he ate that sheep. Thanks, buddy. Oh man. Get a few more shafts. Yeah, but when we have situations again like that, Enderman, I need to just crybox up, because I could have jumped in the portal. I could have, what else could I have done? I could have really dug in deeper with Too High, and then just kept digging and digging. I mean, they had plenty of food, had the pick there. There was no reason for me to dig down like that. And I looked around in the last minute and said, you know what? This is 3 high. He could spawn in here and get me. I think it is the way now when you die. I think your entire inventory just dumps out and is gone, and that's it. So unfortunate. That'll be all gone. Somewhat liberating, because I definitely won't. I'll get a mystery meat if I head back there, and that'll be my only reward when I get back there eventually one day. But I don't have to worry about any of those items, like considering reclaiming it. It's just not going to happen. So I can just think about, you know, progress forward onto what's next. But I think because I put that portal down, I'm going to fall victim to the next step of hardcore spawn, which is in, I don't know if he's mentioned 3,000 blocks out, maybe? From 0-0? At the very least, it will, you know, if I were to die after this, it'll lessen the chance that I'll spawn at that anywhere close to those other bases. So that's probably worse than the distance is the additional spawns, because it really will reduce the no, that's okay, reduce the chance that I can get back out there quickly. But that's fine, just more to experience. And I wonder, is the hardcore Spawn, you know, for single player, you already had your set experience with the distance and everything. I wonder if it was focused more on server style play, where once they beat that initial spawn distance issue, they on a server, you really don't have any problems because there's just so many people and they have so many avenues to develop and to put infrastructure down. Okay, let's get this shovel out and get some of this dirt. Is this to the surface? A little bit here. Let's see, what else have I been seeing gaming-wise? I saw that Surviving Mars thing. I feel like it's being heavily pushed and advertised. And I look at it, and it looks okay, but I don't know if it's as exciting as they're pitching it to be. I'm not too... Oops. If he gets in there, he deserves to get me. So I'm a little bit questioning on that one. And then I looked at the releases. I think you get a 10% discount if you already own City Skylines, which was really great. I mean, that was ridiculous how that City Skylines crushed Minecraft. Or I'm sorry, crushed SimCity, because they came out with that horrible SimCity with the microtransactions, and it was set for always online play. Just made it an abomination. And then it bombed so horribly. Now this guy's gonna come for me when I come out of here, and I'm low on weapons too. Can't get this wood back here though. I guess I didn't need to put that piece in. I can get an extra axe. So you get a 10% discount on the Surviving Mars if you own City Skylines. But then I looked at it, and they're still going to be. They have that. Gosh, I forget the version or the whatever they call it, where you'll get all the DLC that comes out over a period of time. Well, come on down. Stop yelling and do it. I hear you. Do you even care about me? You don't even care about me, do you? Oh, you do. You're just confused. Well, okay. Here, come here. Give me some dirt. Thank you. I hear something. Here's something terrible. Oh, there's a squid over here on land. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. What was he? I think he was on a pig. I think I caught it just out of the corner of my eye. Oh, that's probably one of the best features in here. The little hats will come on. Will he try to jump on me from here? No, he's inert once he's on land. There's my ink sacs. I wish he dropped some calamari or something. Now, where should we go? Oh, sheep. Take this. Well, the jungle's kind of out. And that looks like... Well, let's go look over this ridge. Back over this way. Get some of these sheep and gander over here. Yeah, so I'm not too sure about Surviving Mars. I mean, the interface looks nice in that. If I could be assured that it would run really smoothly. Like take games like Astroneer that they have. And it just has piss poor performance. I mean... People with monster PCs even confirm that it just runs really poorly. You know, really, cool concepts and everything, but if it runs like trash and your system's getting baked alive, reduces my urge to play it, that's for sure. Then you have games like Factorio. Look at all the stuff that is going on when you play that game. It is incredible that it performs as well as it does. And if I could be assured that Surviving Mars would have the performance of Factorio with the experience and with his, it looks pretty nice. I like the art design they have with it. Then I would say, yeah, okay. I'll pick that one up and play that for a while. But as it stands, and especially with they're already have the intention of releasing a lot of DLC in that, I'll just wait significant amount of time till all the DLC comes out and that gets on sale. It's just gonna be better that way. We got any ravines? I think it's a ravine over here. And then, let's see, my long term, I loved Silent Hunter 3, a U-boat game. Came out, gosh, in the early 2000s or something like that. And just a really, really tight experience of being in a U-boat. And, you could man all the stations and the realism settings. You could be ultra realistic with it to the point where you're setting up the shots, right? You're even dialing in the how the torpedoes are to leave the tube and be fired off, and you can get upgrades to your U-boat, and you run these missions and patrol these zones and everything. And all the other Silent Hunters that came out, they were all right, but they dumbed them down a little bit, I feel like. And so there's a off-brand one coming out. I think it's just called U-boat, something like that. And when it came out, when they advertised it initially, didn't forget this time. Almost did. And I barely made it. When they advertised it initially, this U-boat game, I don't think they were, oh man, I still have to do one. I don't think they were expecting the energy and everybody that wanted to take a peek at it, because within a little bit they had acknowledged the community's interest with it, the sub community's interest with it, and they had, I had another axe, idiot. So they had changed their date that they were going to release, and they went back into a development cycle to bring in all these elements that everybody that was really excited for the title was looking for in a submarine game. So I'm really interested to see if that one carries the spirit and kind of outdoes the last few Silent Hunter games that had been so unfortunate. I played the Monster Hunter World, and I typically don't get things when they first come out, and I don't... what do we got here? I don't even see any iron exposed from that little shot. That's odd. I typically don't get games that come out released so early like that, but it just looked like a really great, and it is a really good experience. You get kind of the boss fight. Wow, okay. Holy crap. You get the boss fight kind of experience. Looks somewhat promising, but I don't see any coal exposed, and that's a little discouraging. Yeah, but that Monster Hunter World, you get the boss fight experience going after these different monsters and that. And I got through to about mid-game, I'd say, and then lost a little bit of interest because it's somewhat samey, but not too bad. If you focus on, because each of these monsters, whether they're all wyverns basically or dragons, have certain weaknesses, and if you learn them and tailor your weapons for the appropriate damage type and everything, you will do substantially more damage to that particular monster. So I like the fact that it has that feature in it, that if you actually pay attention and that, you'll have better performance. But it got a little bit samey at a point in the game, and I kind of took a break from it. It's like, okay. Still, I'd say worth the money, though, for I had not had, even with Dark Souls, because Dark Souls ends up being more frustrating than anything, because it's not, I guess certain bosses have, it's all movement-based more than weaknesses-based, so each time, even though you're learning things in Dark Souls, it's not the same as the Monster Hunter World, where these monsters feel very alive and visceral. They'll come into an area and combat other monsters, and so the whole area feels really alive with different plants you can loot and all this kind of stuff to make. Look at how porous this area is. Make different kinds of potions. You can make, you know, different, you can get food and what in the world? You know, for as much as I've seen right here, I've not seen any coal yet. Or I'm sorry, I've not seen any iron yet. So kind of a false positive here. But look at how craggy it is. What is up with this generation? That is weird. Do I even have? I have some coal, but I don't have any torches. Yeah, I hear you, cave. All right, let's get a torch here. Wow, I guess I'm forced to go into this area, so I'm just gonna have to base out of here and do my best to dig out this thing. There's just too many angles in there. I guess it's gonna be a hard time to button it up, but if I take it slow and I'm doing a good job of cleaning up the food here, this has to be. I'm way out from where I normally would spawn. This has to be, because I'm just not seeing anything like what I used to. And on this little hill, I should be away from problem number one, being the wolves. And then the Endermen, I just need to learn from the past experiences. Gosh, what a mistake. Take this one out here. Yep, but that'll be the strategy. I'm going to attack this bunker hill and build a fortification on the top of here. And then just see everything that I can pull out of it. And at the very least, hopefully we get enough to get a compass. And then head back down. And we'll leave Bunker Hill for what it is. But going forward, I might do some streams without audio, without me talking, and just do play. And then I'll label them as such. Just to have stuff on recording. Stuff like that, squid, and stuff like that's always humorous to see. You don't really see it unless you're, you know, in organic play. Not inorganic, but while playing organically, to see stuff like that's always great. So I will cut here, and I will continue to push this hill. And then before while I'm going, I might do just streaming, no talking, or I might do some streams where I'm just doing little simple work. But if I do anything ultra dangerous, or one day when I head out of here, or if I have more to talk about, I'll do that. So if you get a chance to watch, or you are enjoying watching, thanks for taking a peek. Bye.